Good evening, good morning, hello, and how are we all? I hope you're doing really well tonight, or today, or this morning, depending on where you are. Hope everybody's doing real good. Can you hear me okay? Hey Bam Mozzie. Hey guys, lovely to see you all in. Really nice crowd. Quentin, right on cue, just as I grab the water. So, first question of the evening is, what am I playing through? Is it the pod or is it the axe? There's the big question. So far we've got 2 for the pod. 2 for the pod. Okay. Trick question. That's the axe. Hurricane Moon thinks. Good evening, Music Therapy Laz. Good evening, Gavin James. Tempest. So at the moment we've got 3 for the axe, 4 for the pod. Any more for any more? Quentin says the axe as well. Brian Simmer, hey man, how you doing? Says it's the player, hopefully. Actually, let's give you a clue. I'll turn the volume down, stick it on single coils, see if you can tell. Okay, well, I reckon we've got about 50-50 on the axe and on the pod. So what I'm going to do is I have, just so that I can show you, my AB box here. I've got my new little pod set up just over here on its stand. And I've got the axe effects on. They're both on. And I'm going to switch to the other one. So this is this tone. I'm going to switch over. Does that make it any easier for you? So we're on B at the moment. So what do you think B is? Okay, most people here, looks like you're saying B is the pod, B is the pod, A is the axe, B is the pod, B is the pod. Quentin says both sound pretty good. Peter Grant, evening all. B is a creature that makes honey, love it. Patrick C. Definitely B is the axe, A is the pod. Well, the majority are saying the other way around. They're saying that this is the pod and this is the axe effects. They're both good. B sounds lower level. It might well be, actually. Let's just have a... No, they're about the same. A sounds bright. Do you know the crazy thing about this, guys? And this was, we've almost made the point straight away as soon as I've come on the live stream tonight. How can you compare a $50 little Line 6 pocket pod and an Axe-Fx? And I did spend just 10 minutes, literally 10 minutes before I came on, getting, let me share my screen with you, getting this tone. I'm sorry I can't get this any bigger. It doesn't go any bigger than that, unfortunately. But I worked on this little tone literally for 10 minutes and tried to get something close to the Robert Baker tone that I've got on the Axe-Fx. Somebody, I think it's Ian, keeps on asking me if I'll try and get the Robert Baker tone on other stuff to make it a little bit cheaper. So that actually is B, and Aaron is absolutely right. Aaron is absolutely right. B is the Axe-Fx on the Robert Baker tone, and A is the Line 6, which is crazy. Yes, you have, Aaron, you have said all the way along. That sounds muddy and lacking the clarity. I think I couldn't get that close in the short amount of time that I was setting it up. But what a shock, because more of you thought that B was the pod than the Axe-Fx, and I think they should be about exactly the same level. Yeah, absolutely. What black magic is this? So what I'm using at the moment is I started with the Tready Metal, which is using what they call the tread plate amp. I've got some delay on there, but nothing else, and some reverb. And I'm going into the Line 6 4x12, the 98 Line 6 Custom 4x12. Somebody asked me in the comments of the earlier video from Friday whether or not you could bypass the cabinet, and here is the answer. No cabinet. Now listen to this. Oh, let's go back to the... So we do need to make sure we got that cabinet on, and it was the Line 6 Custom. Oh, thank you so much, Chad Boston. Bless you. That's really, really kind. Never courted, but always very much appreciated. Thank you for the first tip in the tip jar tonight. Bless you, sir. And just as a lovely comment as well, thank you for years of great stuff. Well, bless you, man. I'm hoping I'll be around for a few years yet. Keep our fingers crossed. But that's very, very kind. Thank you. So, yeah, if you've got any questions or if you want to have an input, I was figuring what we might do tonight is to just have a little bit of a play around with this Line 6 pod. Maybe find a few presets that you guys like on the Axe-Fx and see if we can recreate them, or we can just have a chat, or whatever you guys want to do, as always. Thanks, Sims Guitars. I've never really been called a shredder, but there you go. Bam Mozzie says, it's the treble and lack of mid-bass by comparison, so the note definition sounds clearer. Great Vanzini, Joe is dead right, buddy. What was that? What was that? What did I miss? I can't see what I've missed there. The Axe is muddier. Yeah, I would agree. This is definitely... I will stop playing that riff in a moment. I think you're right, actually. The axe on Robert Baker's tone does sound muddier, and the pod on this setting that I've put together sounds a bit clearer but thinner. Yeah, I agree, Bam Mozzie, thinner. Yeah, absolutely. Carlson Olsen. Oh, sorry, no, it was Graham Campbell. There's definitely a difference in the cabs. I don't think that you can really compare apples and oranges, and that's why I thought this would be a really interesting video to make, to for us all to have a bit of a fiddle about with this Line 6 pod and this this app. I don't know if you can see it there. I might need to make it full screen. Can you see the controls okay? Or I'd imagine that some of you are watching on phones. BV Ninja, good to see you, man. Pod is thinner sounding. Yeah, for sure. I'm going to save this tone, if I can remember how to. Save. I need to find a space to, let's just save it on the desktop for now, and we'll call it RB tone 1, and then I've got that, and then I can fiddle about with it. So I'm still working out how this software works, guys, and I think I've got it so that if I now change the amp, none of the other settings should change. Let's see. No, they all changed. See, I went into the options and into preferences and manual store, which is weird. Has anybody used this software? Oh, that's another thing, by the way. Have a listen to the noise. Can you hear that noise? That's coming from the pod, and you'll be able to tell because if I put the noise gate threshold up, it goes. So the pod is a little bit noisy as well, which is a bit of a shame. But I still feel that this has got some real good potential to have some incredible tones about it. Let me see what I'm missing in the comments. Pod is thinner sounding. Axe sounds fuller. Lovely to see BV Ninja and everyone saying hello to the BV. Cool. Gavin James is watching on his Sony 4K 55-inch TV. Not bragging. Looks and sounds glorious, my friend. Awesome. That is definitely my recommendation for how to watch these streams. Although I think that the picture quality is not as good as I would like it to be, but that's all to do with the internet, I believe. But there you go. Great Vanzini says it's a tough call, thinner and brighter or full and muddy. Yeah, there's that whole subjectivity thing again, isn't there? Let me just tip that up just a touch so that I'm not completely out of the shot. Jack the Rabbit, yay, good to see, and Kevin Pumala, good to see you as well, man. Mike, a lot of your tone is actually in your fingers and in your rock and roll faces. Give us a rock god face and we will listen. Love it. Oh, wow. Yeah, I just think that my point and the whole point of me doing a completely, totally unfair comparison between the Axe FX3 and the Pocket Pod is that you can achieve some really good tones really, really cheaply. And let's face it, a lot of my channel has been about good budget and value stuff, and I'm not knocking the Axe FX, of course, definitely not knocking the Axe FX. I love it, but I just feel that this little unit does a very good job. So we've gone over at the moment onto just a tube preamp, and we've got delay. I'm going to stick a bit of delay in chorus. We're not going delay in chorus 1. And you can see on this panel you've got all of the controls and more that you have on the actual unit. Just taking the drive down and the volume up a touch. And I've worked out that I only like the reverb with everything up full, and then only a sparing amount of it added in. Delay sounds okay. What sort of speed? 400 milliseconds? Let's stick a bit of the chorus up a touch more. That's pretty quiet actually, isn't it? Oh. Might need to drive that just a touch more. And literally, with the change of a tube preamp, we've just got a completely different sound. So in here, there are literally, these are all the user banks. So guys, you tell me, what would you like to hear or see? Interesting how we get that weird noise. I wonder if it's cleaner with battery power. I'm guessing it's powered by USB right now. Yes, it is indeed, my friend. I have made up a little hanger for underneath the, let's see if I can get this up. Oh, nearly. There we go. I've made a little hanger for the USB power bank, and it's hanging just under the clip that the pod sits on. So I've tried to make this for ultimate portability, and hopefully it'll do that job. And the idea was that it's just going to give me some tones that will sound cool to demo guitars out for you with. Trem with chorus is nice. Well, have a look at this list I've put. Oh no, because you can't see it, can you? Silly me. Let's put the list up. So there's the list of the user presets as they are. USB is well hung. Love it. So choose anything on that list that you'd like to hear, and we'll have a quick listen to it. Gavin James, CGS, could we talk about how to record a demo at home, please, if possible? Absolutely, my friend. We will be doing that, and I have made a start on the series. Okay, first suggestion up is a vintage Class A. Now let's see if I can actually see that. Vintage Class A, 27C. Let's have a... Oh, we've got... Ah, look, yes, that's cool. Discard edits. So that patch sounds like this. This is on just on the... It's got no reverb or anything on it at the moment. Let's put the reverb on and a touch of chorus. Sounds pretty nice. I think that sounds pretty sweet. I just wanted to quickly go back and answer a question, because I have made a little start on the series of home recording, and what I'm actually going to be showing you is, you've seen the unboxing. Let me just see if I can pull this camera out a bit further. but I'm actually using the output of the R16 into the Focusrite, and that is the 2i2, which is what I'm going to be showing you on the first of the series that I'm going to do on a really cheap and budget friendly studio setup. And we're going to start with that. We're also going to look at a couple of bits of software and a couple of plugins and things like that. So I will be doing a little series on that. I've been using this R16 for ages and ages, but you don't need to go to that kind of cost in order to get things set up, because the 2i2 is absolutely fantastic. That's what you're hearing all of this through at the moment. So yeah, I do like that vintage Class A. That's pretty nice. Is it all loud enough tonight, by the way, guys? Am I quiet? I can turn the master up a touch if it's all sounding a little bit quiet. Okay, I'm mixed between sound is fine and could turn it up a little. I'll just give it a notch. How's this? No, Brad, sorry, I missed that. I didn't see that you tagged me in the last video. Sorry about that, man. I'll go and check that out. I don't know how I missed that. Achilles' last stand with a bit of crunch added. Well, we're not actually all the way up on the drive there yet as it goes, because actually I'm going to make my picture smaller because I think this is very, very small. And if anybody's actually watching on a phone, it's going to be pretty hard to see. But we're at 60% with the drive. Let's take it up to 100%. One of the nice things that you've got, Hurricane Moon, is that there's a distortion switch here. So we can actually enable the distortion on that tone, and I can put it down to the bridge humbucker, and we get... Oh, bless you. Thanks, Brad. That's really cool. I'm glad it worked. I hope we got the vocal level down. I did a bit of an RX-7 job for Brad on a really, really old song, and it was a lovely song that a friend of his wrote. And he sent it to me saying, is there any way of taking the acoustic guitar down? Because I'd mentioned previous that I had been doing stuff like that. And so, yeah, I'm glad that worked out, man. Sounds like some quality Rush tone there. Yeah, it's a pretty good summation. So what I wanted to do as well, if you guys are cool with it, is I'm just going to jump over to the Axe effects and I'm going to my favourite plexi tone. And I think somebody mentioned that this this Harley Benton, it was Barry Pugatash. I don't know if I'm saying the name Pugach. This, I haven't put it down since we got it out on the live stream a couple of weeks ago, and it is an absolute beauty to play, and it is playing and sounding mighty fine. And the addition of the push pull as well as the three-way switch gives tons and tons of options. So yeah, yes, absolutely. Isotope, a brilliant company. I met up with them out first at TGU, and yeah, we had a real good time with that. And I've been using their Spire unit as well to record with. There's another cheap recording option, which I should cover really in my series when we get round to it. So what I'd like to do is I just want to go onto my plexi tone, because I love this tone. So that should, what do you think would be the best option for starting point for getting a copy of that plexi tone? Because I'm looking and they don't really say Marshall. There's Brit Class A, Class A2, Brit Classic, or Brit High Gain. Now I don't know if the high gain would be the JCM 800. That plexi, yeah, I love this plexi tone, Barry. It's really amazing. I'm going to try going on to the Brit Classic and see if that sounds any different. So we're on, this is the Axe. And then we'll try and get, so obviously there's a lot more drive on it for starters. There's way too much middle in that. Actually, that's because, oh, the EQ is on. That's really strange. Brit High Gain is a modded JCM 800. Is it? Right, okay. Well, so I'm guessing the Brit Classic is the JTM. Let's try and whacking up the presence a little bit on it. And I think we need to push into distortion to get anywhere close. Oh, can you hear all that noise? Terrible. Let's take this noise gate up a touch. Also, I'm not sure what the air is, but I think it adds a little bit more space between the microphone and the speaker cab, which might help. Versus I don't think there's any comparison there. That is definitely not getting close to that. Hey Ben, good to see you, man. Thanks for dropping in. It's really cool to see you. Yeah, I'm going to whack the drive right up, everything right the way up. I think we'll give it a little bit more volume as well. I think it gets close, but let's be fair. It gets close, but for me, there's no cigar on that one. So it's not as close as that Robert Baker tone that we got. Did I see Robert Baker's in? He is. Wow, man. Great to see you, brother. And it was so nice to catch up with your live stream this morning. I just happened to wake up in time to catch the last 15 minutes. Yeah, so we were actually at the start of this stream, we were using my Robert Baker tone, which is... and we were just going to save this Brit Classic because I'm just going to go and just say plexi-ish because it's nowhere near it. But I am going to open that Robert Baker tone and see if... Let's let Robert be the judge of his own tone. So this is the tone that I made up on the Axe Effects, mate. And hopefully it'll still sound like it. And that's the one that we've just made up on the Line 6 pod. Actually, do you know what? The funny thing is, I'm looking at this on the meter, and I think it's the Axe Effects that's making a noise. Has that made it go? If not, then it is... Oh, neither time does that go. It's probably because I've got cables crossing over and stuff. So, Robert, what do you think? What do you think? Which are the two tones? Which one's the Axe Effects, Robert, and which one is the Line 6 Pocket Pod? So we'll give you A first. And then B. Just about saved that one. Be really interested to see what you think. Which one you think is which. You know your tone, man. You know your tone. Hey, Sean Darcy. Robbie Johnson. Robert thinks that A is the Axe Effects. This one. And then this one being the pod. Oh dear, don't know what I did with my bend there. Jack the Rabbit likes A better. A cuts through more. So there you go, guys. Robert, your tone, the second one was B, was actually the Axe Effects. That first tone is on the Line 6 Pocket Pod, which I just find absolutely unbelievable. Yeah, if that noise is back, that's gone now, has it? Dang it! I think that noise Yeah, you called it, Ben. Yeah, I can't get over how good the pod does sound. I think that's a pretty sweet tone. Yep, really, really, really like it. It's crazy. And that noise is gone now. I know it's gone because I can't hear it. And that's coming from the Axe effects. Which, there you go, I've put that back in again now. Which is, oh, didn't like it when I touched the switch. So this is the Axe. That I have to say, I know why you're saying that, because the pod is so much brighter, and it's definitely got something about it that is just, and the treble is all the way, actually, to be fair, if I show you the settings, everything is cranked except the presence. We've got the distortion channel on, we're on the tread plate head, and we're bypassing the effects altogether. I thought we'd put a delay in there, guys, but there we go. You think the pod sounds better standalone, but you think your tone would track better in a mix. I totally agree. Totally agree. I think that this is okay for... that is a bit louder for some reason. Let me turn that down a touch. This, I definitely think, has got that kind of tone that you would play just solo. I mean, it'd be great for just jamming out, and exactly as you do so well on your live streams, brother. But I definitely think that the Axe Effects tone would work better in a mix, and I also think it's closer to your tone as well. Well, it has to be, because I based it entirely on your settings. Whammy, which it doesn't have. I just love your tone. It just is crazy. So we're looking at lots of tones tonight, and it really is an incredibly unfair comparison to compare a second-hand $50 little micro effects unit with nearly a $3,000 Axe Effects, which is crazy. Mike just casually rips some arpeggios. Yeah, I love those. It's your tone is inspiring that. Vanzini says, I think Pete Anderson still uses old pods live. I was watching a video. Now, who was it? Somebody, I want to say, that it was Albert Lee, but I'm pretty sure that it can't have been. But it was one of the country style players. And they were literally just using the pod, which is outstandingly amazing because, oh man, just unbelievable to think that, you know, touring caliber musicians are using stuff like the pod. And I loved making those videos for you guys. One of the things I need to say to you as well is that the battery bank is still on 4. The converter I've done to power up the pod, that battery bank I've been using for the whole of my video on Friday. I also noodled around for a couple of hours afterwards, and I have noodled about a bit today as well. And that battery bank is still on full power. So it's going to charge and power this little pocket pod for hours and hours and hours. And for me, and Robert, I guess this would be the same for you, man. When we go to shows and stuff like NAMM and GitCon and 42 Gear Street and all that kind of good stuff, being able to carry something in a rucksack and carry your entire rig to demo guitars, it's just so convenient. And the fact that it's going to last so long is just amazing. And also my H4n, I just power with a second battery bank. And there we go, that'll show you the little hangers I've made to go on the bottom of so that they can hang on the brackets. But literally one of these for the Zoom and one of them for the Pocket Pod, and I can play and record for hours. James Mears asks, can the Axe Effects do Brian May tone? Yes, it absolutely can do any tone, and I don't know if there is one actually called Brian May. There are just so many tones in the Axe Effects. It is crazy. I always need to just refer over and look it up actually. Axe Effects 3 Brian May tone, and see if it'll tell us which number it is. There's my buddy Brett Kingman. Let's say preset tone. Whew. That's the forum. If anybody knows and can save me some time, please shout. Because I know that obviously the AC30, but I think it's called the AC20 on here. Do you know, that's the biggest problem that you get when you've got too many options. It's like too much choice. Too much choice. But I definitely know that, for example, there is the AC. This is the AC Class 15. Oh. But that doesn't sound beefy enough to me. Top boost. Doesn't sound boosty enough to me. The biggest problem is not, literally, there are 383 tone sets to look at on there. And I just can't see Brian May at all. I know I've definitely seen one. Could be under this. No, that's absolutely crazy, man. I cannot see the AC30 there. Yeah, we could try and do it on the pod. Good shout, Bam Mozzie. AC30 is Brit A on the pod. So let's go back over to the pod. Okay, that's our closest to Mr. Baker tone that we can get. Yeah, we love his 76 Les Paul Custom, especially when the neck pickup is working. So you said Brit class. Let me just go back and find that. Brit A on the pod. So British class A. Well, is it A or A2 or A3, mate? We could go to that to begin with, and it's got the right speaker for it as well. Let's see. Oh, so loud. Sorry, guys. I think we may just need to drive that a touch more. Oh, listen to that nasty sound. Put the noise gate in. Yeah, you get a bit of, I like that that phrase. That is Graham Campbell saying there's a bit of digital fry. Absolutely. Every time I hear that noise, I think it's the intro to All Apologies. Don't know that song. Sorry, man. Need a bit of distortion on it as well, I would suggest. Remember how that goes now. Sounds like an old tape head interference, really. I'll turn the Axe effects out again because I know that was making some noise. And that's actually something else we need on any Brian May tone. We've got to get some delay in there. Definitely gotta. I'm just using TeamSpeak. It was good in one direction. Nearly got my finger caught in the F hole then. a pretty nice tone. I wouldn't say that sounds Brian May-ish. I always find as well with the pod that you've really got to push that that bass tone up to get that full sound. No, Ben, I don't think it was a Nirvana song. I was just making up rubbish on the spot, as I always do. I can't even remember what I was playing now. Actually, I don't know if I was... I only had the volume halfway up then. Yeah, I think it's a passable tone, but I'm not going to go Brian May quite with that. It does sound like a pushed top boost AC30 a little bit. Definitely sounds a little bit like that to me, but yeah, I think we haven't really achieved the Brian May tone. What do you guys think? That noise. See, it goes when... It's only when the pot's halfway down. That's weird. Dorothy, you love your CST Custom 24 Deluxe. Yep. I love it as well. This has got such a nice flame on the top. Of course, it's a veneer, being a Harley Benton, but sadly no on Brian May. I think we're going to have to admit defeat on that. Definitely. Did I see the post re-Axe FX Vox names? No, I didn't, man. Let's go. If you've got the numbers, that'll be absolutely brilliant. According to the forum. All right, okay. Class A 30 watt hot mode of the AC30 hand wire. Gee, man. Class A 30. There's only one thing we can do about that, isn't there? And that is we'll have to plug the Axe edit in as well and see if we can't just go and find that amp tone. Let's do that quickly. Talk amongst yourselves. Right, bear with me. Oh, I've already got one of them in there. It's just hanging down the back here. That was very forward thinking of me, wasn't it? Now I've just got to hope that it stretches. Yeah. That's tight. It's going to stretch, but it's tight. Okay. Now we've got to open up Axe Edit. If I can remember what the... is it that? No, it's not that. All programs. Fractal audio. I thought I had it as an icon. There we go. Right. Oh, it's saying the Axe Effects is disconnected. Let's just try reconnecting that. Oh dear. Yay, there we go. Right, let's see if we can search for... Now, what did you call it? Number 86. Okay, brilliant. Nice one. Let's do that. 086. That's Elegant Gypsy. That's weird. That's what she said. Oh, man. I don't think Elegant Gypsy's the one we're looking for. No. Right. I am not sure how to get up the list, which is annoying. My hand and fingers have gone numb from typing in this live stream CGS. Should I claim repetitive strain injury? Love it. What have I missed? What have I missed? Oh, please, could you show the photos of your Harley Benton Fusion Pro? Yes, of course. Where did I put them? Damn. Do you know what, man? I have no idea where I've put those now. I'll have to go back onto my email and find your email. Right, let's see what I can do here. Gavin, there we go. That's cool. I'll download them all again to my desktop. And of course I will show your Harley Benton, my friend. Yeah, so it's definitely not patch 85 or 86, guys. But what we could do is we'll just build a new one. Let's go to preset. What was Robert's? I think it was 500. Now it's my plexi. My Friedman's, St. Patrick's tone hangout, Everyman tone, empty 496. So we'll stick a few of these together and we'll make it up from scratch. Just while Gary's pictures are downloading. So we want input 1. We'll leave a couple of spaces in case we want to put something in front of it. And the amp 1. Now let's look up. Class A 30 watt hot, I think you said. Yeah, so we'll put that in. And we'll want a speaker cab that goes with that. And we really want... let's go to the picker. Gee, was it 1x12 in the AC30 or was it 2? Tell me, and we'll do our best to pull that together. I'm just going to pop those over there. let's see if they've got Vox. Okay, that'll be a no then. I think it was a 1x12. I should know this. If anybody wants to enlighten me, please feel free to. It was two 12s. Or 2 10s, was it? Hey, Ian Wood, good to see you, man. Even if it is just a fly past. Great to see you, brother. Right, I'm just checking this out. Yeah, we're currently looking for... So first thing we want to do is we want to go 212. And that'll help us. Sorry, I realise I'm not sharing the screen with you. Do apologise. Okay. Oh, damn. Picker. 212. Pretty sure it was AC 32 per 12. I didn't see one called that. Let's see if we can. No, I didn't think there was one. I'm just going to pick a 212. Let's have a quick look through them all. Look at the amps model gallery. Okay, right, I'm just going to grab a 2x12 with a 57 on it. That'll do, and we'll put that into output 1 and totally flat. Let's see what comes out. Yeah. Ah, no, that is still the line 6, sorry. Hey Brian, if you're out there, could you chime in? Love it. Chime in. Yeah, that is a bit closer. Am I on an old... I am. Wow. Firmware 12.05 and I'm on 10.02. That's quite all right, Grumpy Mike. You got here in the end. It's lovely to see you, man. Is that a little quiet? Seems a little quiet to me. Just clipping a touch there. Okay, I'll do an update if I can. Check for updates. We'll say okay. It is downloading an update. Save installer to. We'll just stick it on the desktop for now. Okay. And while we're doing that, oh, it's quite quick. I think this is an Axe Edit update. Scar my guitar, you're very naughty. It's good to see you, man. Bless you. Thank you very much for that, sir. You're the guy. You're the guy. Bless you. This will uninstall previous versions. Yeah, that's fine. No worries. Thank you so much for that, mate. I do appreciate it. Very, very kind. As I always say, never courted, but always appreciated. And I'm installing, I think I'm only installing the Axe Edit. I don't need to see that. Finish, and then hopefully it should restart it. No, that's only 10.02. Where on earth is my firmware on the oh, I'm stuck for this now. This is crazy. This is going to drive me to distraction. It's good to see you in, Sean. Everybody say hello to Sean. And there's a little thank you so much for your kind tip, sir. Thank you very much indeed. Yeah, we're a bit stuck, aren't we? That looks... I've forgotten how the heck I update. I'm not going to do it while I'm live. That would be absolutely super crazy. Grumpy Mike. What do you like, man? Bless you. Thank you, sir. Very, very kind. Very, very much appreciated as well. As I say, it's always very much appreciated. Your kind tips in the tip jar do help, and they especially help at the moment. And why not, he says. Bless you. Yeah, I do know how to do the Axe Effects update. I think it's a separate program that I have to do. I'm pretty sure that I had another thing as well as Axe Edit, but I can't remember. But what I can do in the meantime, because I promised I would, is I can show these photos of my buddy's Harley Benton, which he'd like you all to see. Scar my guitar. Because Grumpy Mike did it. What do you guys like? Gavin says, hey CGS, when you get tips you should play something on the guitar, like a cheeky jingle. Well, let's come up with a cheeky jingle. What are we going to do? That's what we'll do. Thank you very much. And let's see if I can remember that each time now as well. Love it. Bless you. And another thank you so much for your kind tip, brother. That is really very, very kind. Too kind. Bless you. Every little bit helps at the moment. I got no work, have I? Anyway, I was going to show you these beautiful pictures of Gavin's Harley Benton. Look at that, guys. He's got the Fusion 2. Very, very pretty looking guitar. It's got the Wilkinson trem by the looks of it. It's got nice Roswell humbucker, single humbucker. I like the neck adjusting truss rod because it keeps the headstock tidy. And look at that fingerboard. Absolutely glorious. The value of these guitars, there we go, roasted maple neck and locking tuners. Very, very nice guitar. I hope you all like that. And a big thank you to him for sharing. Very, very kind. There you go. So as promised, now I've got to, actually I know I've saved them somewhere, so I'm just going to delete those because I know they are somewhere. And I just couldn't find them in time. It's beautiful, isn't it? Absolutely beautiful guitar. Really beautiful guitar. Very nice indeed. I don't know why I've put Accent It over there. Let's delete that off as well because that's been done now. Yeah, it's Fractal Bot, isn't it? Yes. And I'm pretty sure I've got that. Yeah, there it is. Fractal Bot. Okay. Right, it is downloading an update, which I will again be really cheeky and just save to the desktop. Okay. Looks like I've got to update that program as well first. What? It's been such a long time since I've done these updates. And all we were trying to do is to get a Brian May tone. I mean, come on, guys. Craziness. Crazy. Wicked. So, I mean, I think I'm in the process of doing that. But it might help us to find that tone. Let me just install that. Next. Next. Right, select device. We want to Axe-Fx 3. Yes, it's found it. New firmware update. Let's do that. Download. I can't believe that I am doing a firmware update on the live show. Begin sending the file. This is really easy to do, by the way, guys. That this is the Fractal Bot, and literally, I'm just transferring the system exclusive over to the Axe-Fx. It's that easy. Very nice, and it's yeah, I was only on firmware 10. I hadn't done it for a whole 2 of the updates, which is silly. Silly, crazy. I don't know why I wouldn't have done that. So, just going back, let's go. Oh, of course, the Axe-Fx isn't going to work now, but let's go back to... That's the pod trying to do a brick class A. Does that sound buzzy to you? Seems very buzzy to me. Fuzzy, yeah, fuzzy. Yeah, just a little bit behind BV. Yeah. I don't, to be honest, I tend to chuck the Axe-Fx on and either dive into my plexi tone that I dialed in, which I absolutely love, and particularly love it on the Harley Benton single cut Junior. And so I'll dive in on that and I'll play the plexi tone or Robert Baker tone, which are 500 and 501, I think. And I'm just hoping that they will have all been saved when this comes out. Transfer is complete, but the Axe-Fx needs time to process. Please watch the screen for update complete. Yes. Update complete. Turn power off. Wait 5 seconds. Turn power on. Power off. Oh, let me take the faders down on there so that we don't blast your ears. I think that is probably a good 5 seconds. So we'll switch it back on. And hopefully the firmware will have been updated. And I will now have... Yeah, it's easy to update. It really is. And I just... Oh, hello. So let's check. Oh, yeah, I've got firmware 1207 now. How about that? So I can close the fractal bot and open the Axe Effects. Hey, there you go. There it is. And where was that preset? You said there was a preset builder. Oh, preset. Oh, hello. Reading cabinets. Oh, it's just reading it all back in. So where was the, I hope BV's still here. Help me out here, man. What am I looking for? I'm looking for a, what did he call it? I'm going to go back up on the comments. BV Ninja, where are you? Where are you? Have you responded again? Nope. Okay. Oh, I think it was 85 or 86, wasn't it, that you said? Tri-axis, no. And that was Elegant Gypsy. Didn't expect that to change either. I don't know. I'm just going to have to wait until BV Ninja FAS amps model gallery. I'm either being really thick here. Amps model gallery. I can't see anything that... No, I cannot see anything on the Axe Edit that says amps model gallery. So controllers, that's quick build, block info, scene manager, perform. I'm either being really thick here or take care, MTL. Great to see you, brother. Yeah, it was a little bit of third eye blind. I am stuck. Presets. Right. Oh, thank you, Hugh. Bless you, sir. That is really kind. Thank you so much. Very, very much appreciated. Never courted, but always very much appreciated, sir. Thank you very much indeed. Very kind. She goes running, she goes down on me. See, this is the only amp model gallery. I know band models said 85 or 86, but that's definitely Triaxis and Elegant Gypsy, which is not... Oh, hang on. Oh, what happened there? Presets. That's what I need. We're just looking for Brian May, aren't we? Oh, it should be an AC30 with a top boost. Man, see what I mean? There are just too many choices in this life. Too many choices. Cliffs of Dover. I haven't heard that tone on here. I haven't tried that out. Doesn't sound unlike the Cliffs of Dover. Oh, sorry, I've just realised I've left you without any interesting picture to see. Yeah, oh, 164, did you see there was Bohemian Rhapsody. There you go, man. Let's see if this sounds a little bit more... only saw the name of amps, not presets. See what we got. Let's have a look. Let's find out what the amp is. Class A, 30 watt top boost. It does have a cocked wah sound. Definitely, it's got that real mid sort of scoop, hasn't it? Boy. BB Ninja says, not sure where you are uptown, but there are around 400 presets. Presets selected by the large value knob. Yeah, I'm trying to find it on the Axe Edit, but I just wanted to search out. You would expect the AC30. I mean, there's the top boost there, but we tried that. but you'd expect something Brian May direct. I mean, other than what we're on at the moment. There's just so many choices. So there you go. There are far too many choices. Yeah, I think you're right. I think it is 400. Well, 383, 382. Just too much to choose from. That's why I tend to just stick to these. I've got Berg's Dumbles, which was from what's the Brett Kingman. I got his. Robert Baker sent me his tone to fix up, so I did. The Tone King. Let's give you one of those bad boys, Lewis. Great to see you, brother. Yeah, so I literally use the Dumbles, Robert Baker, my Plexis, my Friedmans. Occasionally use the St. Patrick's tone that we did. But it's been a while. So, yeah, I tend to stick around this sort of 500 mark. And I haven't really looked too... I mean, there's some real weird stuff on here. Believe me. I did like that Cliffs of Dover tone. That was really nice. Eruption scenes. That's definitely not going to be Van Halen. I can hear that as it starts. That's going to be something very weird. Did I notice what was missing from the Axe FX 3? I hope the Friedman tones aren't. I'll be devastated because I use my Friedman tones quite a bit. Let's see. Oh, Friedman BE version 1. Still there? Yeah, we've been Lewis just joining us. We've been looking at the Pocket Pod and really enjoying it. And some of the tones we're getting off of this thing are pretty amazing. I think we've still got the... Oh no, we were going for the Brian May, weren't we? That was the last thing we did on it. I need to show Lewis that Robert Baker tone that we came up with, because yeah, I tell you, man, this little Line 6 Pocket Pod, I was just explaining to the guys, sorry, let me get that back on. I was just explaining to the guys that the reason that I've set up this little rig is so that I can power it all by USB power supplies. And then when we go to stuff like TGU and 42 Gear Street, or even just NAMM, and there's tons of guitars to try out, I can just do literally about... Well, I've been running it for 3 days on the same battery bank, and it hasn't even gone off of the 4th level, so it's fully charged still. And my H4n runs off of off of a battery bank as well. So it's going to be great for doing demos and videos and stuff. It's like a little fly rig. The audio's really good through StreamYard. Did you disable? Yes, I did indeed. As Ben is just saying as well. In fact, it was Ben's advice. That's the word I'm looking for. Ben's advice to do that. It sounds much better. Yeah, for sure. It doesn't try to process to take the mic volume up and down for you either. So, and I'm running this all through my R16 board. So, and then into the Focusrite Scarlett 2i2. So it's cool. Ben does know his StreamYard. Oh, I just lost half of that mouthful of water that I had. I was trying to hold some water in my mouth because I'm getting really dry, and it's quite a good way to moisten yourself up. Because I've been talking for an hour and a half. Yeah, Tone King, I'm just listening through my studio monitors in front of me. Yeah, I've got my R16 is set up. I'm ABing through the Fender AB box so that I can play through the Axe and also this little Line 6 pocket pod. Then they're all going into my R16. Sorry, the camera's not focusing too well. Let's try and get it to focus. There we go. And then into the Focusrite 2i2 out of a couple of pedal patch cables, so that I've got ultimate control through the mixer, and then just into the Focusrite. Does the job. USB powered again. That's going to be in the video when I do the cheap recording setup. BV Ninja, I'm always a PC. I have always been a PC, and I'm also non-iPhone as well. I'm a Samsung guy, so I'm sorry to anybody that is an Apple guy. Why the Focusrite? The R16 is an audio interface itself. Yes, it is indeed, mate. Biggest problem I've had with the Zoom R16 that I don't get ever with the Focusrite is latency. And it was particularly bad. I think that the R16 would probably work quite well with StreamYard, but when I was back using OBS, the latency was an absolute dog on the R16. And when I say it was an absolute dog, it was because every time I plugged it in, it was a different delay. It was either 300, 400, 500 or 150 millisecond delays, and it was always changing. So I never knew if my live streams were synced, the audio with the video, until I watched them back. And nobody really minded, but I do. BB Ninja says you can now select different scenes of preset using the up and down navigation keys. Oh, right. Okay. I always could do that, man. Pretty sure that was always the way. Yeah, that's the only reason. The R16 is a great little interface, and yeah, I would recommend that as well. But it's probably a bit overkill for the first stage of the recording series that I'm going to do, because I'm looking at getting real down and dirty and nice, and the best interface you can get, as far as I'm concerned, for the money, this 2i2, because it is USB powered, it's entirely portable. So that was my reasoning on that. That was why I was going with that. How do you not get feedback through the mic if you're listening through the monitors? Simply put, James, is that I am using the, let me just lift it up for you into the camera view if I can without messing things up. I'm using the Sennheiser 8086, and this microphone has got incredible rejection from the sides. It's incredibly directional. Sorry about your ears, folks. So yeah, I'm using the Sennheiser 8086. For years and years and years, I used the industry standard P48 MKH 416 or 416, which was absolutely the industry standard for film and television for years and years and years and years. And then when I got talking to Stephanie from Sennheiser, when I was out at TGU with the Tone King, we had a great time out there, and Stephanie was lovely, and she said to me, you should really try the 8060 if you like the 416 MKH 416, because it's what we now recommend people to get, and I think a lot of the film industry is picking up on it. The thing is, it's not quite as long, and so for this situation where I'm in the studio and chatting to you live, this is much more convenient because it's much smaller footprint, and it doesn't stick out into the camera view. The top of the mic is literally here, so yeah, I've got a good 2 to 3 inches before it encroaches into the shot. So it's a really nice mic, and yeah, Lewis, you've got the same mic. It is a great mic. And the nice thing with this is not only is it great, and a lot of voiceover artists also used to use the MKH 416, and a lot of them have gone over to the 8060 because I don't want to blast your ears out, but the proximity effect is really nice on it. And it's much better when you're recording voiceover. Yeah, it is an expensive mic, I'm afraid. Yeah, the 416. Actually, I'll be interested to see exactly whether or not that's gone down now. MKH 416 48p, I think, is my model. That's now gone P48. That's right. It's now gone down to £877, which I guess is about. Is that going to be about $1,200? And the Sennheiser 8060 is currently running in at, yeah, around £1,000. So we're probably looking at 1450, 1400, 1500. Hey, Michael Parmesano, my brother, you're in. Good to see you, man. That's Michael from Guitargate, guys. So pleased to see your channel doing so well, my friend. That's brilliant. Absolutely awesome. So yeah, that's what I've been using, Lewis. I've kept this 8060. Stephanie very kindly let me keep it, which was absolutely lovely, and I've used nothing other than. And I was just coming on to say as well that it's a great all-round mic, not only for voice, but also it works beautifully on the acoustic guitar. I've been using it on all the acoustic demos. That's why it sounds so good. Yeah, absolutely. I'm doing very well, thank you, Michael. I am doing very, very well. I love the picture on Instagram earlier of you and your whole family. And again, once more, congratulations on the addition to the family. Is that 4 boys now, I think? 4 boys. You are crazy. Yeah, I love Michael's channel. This is absolutely lovely tonight. We've had Michael in, we've had the Tone King, we've had Robert Baker. We got lots of buddies that I've met up with in our foreign trips. Yeah, 4 boys. Oh, mate. Well, at least you don't have to pay for any weddings. I got 2 girls and 1 boy, and I've got 2 weddings to pay for at some stage. Fat Philosopher, this is the pod. And we had a little, if you go back to the start at some point, we had a bit of a competition at the start. I didn't tell anybody which was which. And I went between my Robert Baker tone, which I will do again for you. Oh, hello. That is so noisy. That's the axe effects. So, anyway, Fat Philosopher, you tell me, which one's this? And then this is B. So you got to tell me which one is the axe effects and which one is the $50 second-hand line 6 pocket pod. And I'd be really interested to see if you get it right. The Robert Baker tone needs more hair. Well, this is exactly... Fat Philosopher says A is the axe, B is the pod. Do you know what? That's exactly what the majority of people said. But actually, it's the other way round. This is the pod. Sorry, this is the axe effects. And this is the pod. Oh. Couldn't quite get hold of that note. I'm tired. It's been a very, very long weekend. Yes, you know, Kevin, you were here at the start, my friend. A is the pod. And I think, as I was saying right at the start, right at the top, no, you're definitely not a musical moron, my friend. And I'll tell you for why. That we were just... I've bought this pocket pod to do guitar demos with when I go away abroad, whether that be NAMM or whether it be one of the German events. And I literally just wanted it to do a really good clean tone, a really good crunch tone, and to be able to drive it a little bit further where I needed to, just to demo guitars for you. And I think that what this really shows is that even the real budget stuff, there is always some good tones in these things. And I really think that I'm not going to knock the axe effects because I could have done it in a different order this time. I could have done, yeah. I wouldn't have tricked you like that though, man. Definitely not. But I just think that because obviously I do a lot of budget stuff like these Harley Benton guitars and good value stuff on the channel, I really wanted to show that you can buy, if you buy the right stuff, you can get really good value. And I'm really pleased with the pod tones. I think it sounds nice and in your face, and yeah, it would have been very sneaky, but I wouldn't do that to you guys. So yeah, I think it's really done. It's done the job. Literally, I titled this stream as the was it something like the most unfair battle ever? Okay, the price. I bought the pod for about $50 all in. Once you convert it, and the axe effects, I think I paid £2,800, which And I bet I'm going to cry now when I go on and look for the cost of an Axe FX3 these days. No, you still can't buy them that easy, can you? That's crazy. That's where I bought it from, G66. Right, okay, so they're now just down to 2,599 euros, which is about $2,800. Yes, oh my God. Now, I bought the Axe FX, to be absolutely fair, I bought the Axe FX because I wanted the entire range of amps that I can't fit all of the amps I want in here. I don't have the funds to buy all of the amps that I want. I've got lots of nice amps already. I've got the JCM 800, I've got the two orange heads. I've got a good mix between valve and a few solid state bits. But I wanted something that would do all the classics, because in the silent studio, I wanted a tool that would be versatile for anybody that came in and wanted to record here. And the Axe FX really, for me, hit that nail right on the head. I've often said, when I go out and gig, I'm a sort of a straight into the amp type of guy. I don't really use a lot of effects, so I've always taken out the Orange Dark Terror and the Harley Benton 212 in the most recent gigs I've done, and they're brilliant. And it's just that tone. You've got the range of tones under your fingers that you can change the tone knob and the volume knob to get the different amounts of gain and different amounts of push, and they're great for that. But in the studio, when you just want to dial in a tone, although try and find a Brian May tone, it's just great with that. Yeah, I totally agree with you, Gavin. He says, compared to 20 years ago, would you say the standard of excellence across the board is good? Yes, too amazing. By the way, you are a better guitarist than you give yourself credit for. Oh, thank you, sir. That's very kind. I'm just a bit of a hack, mate, honestly. I used to be okay. I was quite pleased with my playing when I was about 19, but I don't know if I've told you this story before. I took about 10 years off, and it's lovely to come back and play. It really is nice to come back and play a lot more. But just literally, I do agree. I think that even 20 years ago, because the Pod 2 that I demoed on a video a couple of months back was absolutely outstanding and very versatile. And that's what led me to buy the Pocket Pod for that portability. And I'm really pleased with it. Yeah, look at Amplitude. I've been looking at Amplitude and what was the one that Ian... Bias effects. The thing with those is, again, for the use case that I'm looking for, they require a laptop or a tablet, or I think some of them run on a phone. But what I really wanted was a fly rig that I can set up on my camera stand, and I can absolutely hand on heart tell you that my inspiration for that was Ryan from 60 Cycle Hum, because I've seen him at TGU and then at 42 Gear Street with his stuff all on the camera thing, and being able to make hundreds of guitar demos really, really quickly because it's all there. And so that's why I bought this Line 6 thing. Wouldn't a blue Guitar Amp 1 cover the studio and gigging? I've tried those and I really, really like them. But again, use case, yes, they would. It's very versatile. It doesn't have all of the amp styles that you get from modeling, like the Axe FX or a Kemper. So it's not really enough for the studio, I would say, unless you've got the Iridium and the original one as well, the Mercury. But yeah, and again, not battery powered. You need to be able to plug into the mains. This thing here, literally, the Pocket Pod runs on, I've converted a USB cable so it'll run from a USB battery bank, and I'm just going to check that it's still Ah, no, finally, after 2 days of playing through it, there are 4 indicators of the battery level, and it's been on 4 right up until now, and just for the first time in 2 days, it's gone down to 3. So I've used a quarter of the power brick, and I've probably played a good 5 or 6 hours both days through it. So that's 10 hours. You're looking at 40 hours of life on that. Which going to something like a TGU or a 42 Gear Street might well be the entire week-long event by the time I've done enough videos on guitars. And I also created a conversion cable for the H4n. So literally the 2 of those things will fit in a rucksack with my camera stand, and it'll all just literally pack up, and I'll be able to record guitar demos. And it's just like a really nice little fly rig. Yeah, absolutely, Grumpy Mike. It is an expensive purchase. The Axe FX was a big commitment, and I did buy it because I was intending to do a lot more recording. And the saddest part is, I had a few inquiries just before this whole social distancing and lockdown came in, and it was starting to turn the corner. I was getting bands and solo artists interested in coming in and using the studio here, but obviously now all of that has dissolved. But it will come back. I'm sure it will come back. While I think about this as well, can I just say a big thank you, huge thank you to my patrons, not only for their support, and I know there's a few of you in tonight, in fact most of you are in, which is lovely, but also last week you may have noticed, for the first time since GitCon, I missed a Tone Tuesday, and my patrons know why that was. And I will be releasing the updated video to that this coming Tuesday. But I just wanted to say a huge thank you for you guys letting me run that by you. And I had a real dilemma, a real a crisis of conscience this week, because the video that's coming out on Tuesday is, let's just say it's a little bit more controversial than perhaps my content usually is, and I wanted to make sure that I did exactly the right thing. I wanted to do the right thing by everybody, and my patrons were absolutely marvelous in helping me out with that. So thank you so much, guys. And I meant to say that right at the start of the stream, so I'm really sorry that I didn't do that sooner. But it's been a great help, and I think the video is going to be very good. I think you're going to be pleasantly surprised at the response that I got when I made that telephone call. So yeah, really appreciate that. Thanks, guys. Yeah, absolutely, Gavin. Freedom of speech, and it's not so much my opinion. Well, you'll see on Tuesday. I think you're going to enjoy Tuesday's video. It's a little bit more, as I say, a little bit more edgy than content that I like to come out with. I'm not a drama channel, as you know, but this needed highlighting. This definitely needed highlighting, and you'll see why on Tuesday. But a huge thank you. Thanks, Jack the Rabbit. Yeah, I'm not the... No, I'm not the guitarologist. That's right. I love watching a lot of his stuff. I know that it's an acquired taste, but it is a taste. I like Brad. I like his directness and his honesty. And no, definitely no Jack Daniels tonight. Yeah, I'm not looking to be doing the Brad type stuff. Although I have noticed, and I will call him out on this at some point, that he started doing all the film intros like I used to do. I used to do the DreamWorks intro, and also I did a 20th Century Fox intro to my videos, literally years and years back. I'm going back 6 years, I think now. And yeah, I miss the SPFs, and I was seriously toying with the idea of doing something similar, because I used to do a news section in the middle of all of my videos, and I might well go back to that, but I'm not looking for that kind of controversial type stuff. Just not me, really. You know, I'm a pretty easy life. Anything for an easy life. I like most of the YouTube guitar dudes myself, even Stevie T. I get the humour. Yeah, absolutely. I used to watch a bit of Stevie T. Again, he's a very acquired taste, but great player. What a great player. Yeah, I'm with you. I'm absolutely with you on that, Graham. I couldn't have put that better myself. I don't always agree with Brad, but I like him. Seems like a genuine guy. And I like his straight talking. I really do. And yeah, and he's doing very well. So obviously a lot of people feel the same as we do. Oh, Dave's World of Fun Stuff has started doing that as well, has he? I can't do a Russian accent, mate. Gavin, I'd like to get involved and help you, man. Genuinely, I could be a moderator for you, but only if you need another one. Mate, that's really, really kind. I think you can see by the sea of blue around that we've got a lot of moderators, but if you'd like to do it at some stage, that would be really, really cool. Thank you for the offer. I'm just seeing if I can remember how. It doesn't do it in StreamYard, does it? No, it only gives me the option to block user or put you in timeout. I'll need to do it when I've got a YouTube window open, man. But I will try to add you as a moderator, because you've been very kind. And Beer and Guitars, good to see you, man. No, it's a definite yes. Thank you, Gavin. Definitely yes. Grumpy Mike, even Mrs. Grumpy loves Stevie T. Excellent. Marsman said, you kept me on top of the Chibson infestation, Mike, and I thank you for that. Also helped me make good Harley Benton choices. My friend, that means the world to me, because that's what I've done it all for. And I really, really appreciate that. And it makes my day every time I see comments like that, because if I've helped even one person, like your good self, makes it all worthwhile, mate. Thank you. Yeah, Stevie T definitely doesn't take himself too seriously. You can't, can you, in life? You really can't. I mean, people that take themselves too seriously. I mean, literally, I get accused of being David Brent or Ricky Gervais all the time. So hopefully I don't take myself too seriously. That was the only uncomfortable thing that happened for me with Brad, and that was that he had that issue with my really good buddy Phil McKnight. I adore Phil. I think he's one of the nicest guys I've met, yeah, that was really, really unfortunate. I honestly don't think that Phil would do anything to hurt a guitar shop, and yeah, that was a bit difficult. Which tone am I on? That pod sounds so good. Yeah, absolutely, Gavin. There are always two sides to every story. In fact, there's three sides to every story, if you want to believe extreme. And I like the philosophy of that, which is there's yours, mine, and the truth. And usually the truth lies somewhere in between the two opposing opinions. I went to the Dragon Force free ticket show here in San Francisco that Stevie T couldn't play at. They announced it over the mic. I had no clue what they were talking about until I went and looked on YouTube. There you go. Yeah, he was going to be playing the bass for them, actually. He wasn't playing guitar, although he's an absolutely great shredding guitarist. But let's face it, who can play the Dragon Force type stuff on the guitar? But he was going to play bass, but his emotion and insecurity got the better of him. He really, really had a nasty term with that, and I get that. I totally understand that. Yeah, Phil gets an awful lot of gear that sent to him, and it really is. It is no wonder that he gets a lot of gear sent to him, because he does great demos and great reviews on them. And the thing that, as well as being really, really down to earth, he's also one of the most knowledgeable people that I've met on guitar history and knowing his gear, and he really does. And he's great to turn to for advice, and he will always help me and give me advice on the YouTube stuff or anything like that. And he's just a really nice, genuine guy. Yeah, absolutely. Grumpy Mike, totally honest and says it like it is, and you put a lot of trust in what he has to say. Absolutely. Levi Clay, yeah, I've seen some of his stuff, Gavin. He's a bit like of a he's a bit more into metal than I am, so I think that's the guy. It's the guy with the beard, isn't it? He's the one that had an issue with my other buddy Rob Chapman, and that was a bit uncomfortable, but I don't really know Levi, so I just felt badly for Rob with that whole situation. But I think he acquitted himself well in the end. Fat Philosopher says, the next battle, the Vox Amp 2 MT versus the Axe Effects. Yeah, I was thinking actually what would be really... yeah, I'll go with you on that as well, Fat Philosopher. He's a bit too dramatic, a bit too drama channel for me, Levi Clay. Good player, nice player, and seems to be quite a head screwed on type of guy, but a lot of I don't mind a little bit of drama. I don't mind admitting that although he's changed his channel name now, I do subscribe to Will's Easy Guitar, and I think he's turned it into Dr. Guitar or something like that recently. But I don't watch everything that he does. He's a little bit like Levi, in that I think it can get a little bit spiteful and a little bit yeah, a bit over the top sometimes. So oh right, I'm sorry, James. I might have got the wrong end of the stick with Levi then, if he's a country and slide guitar player. Oh, also likes country. Right, okay. Oh, this needs a truss rod adjustment. I'm getting some buzz. Just on the 16th fret. Can you hear that buzz? It'll take me moments to adjust that, but I'm not going to do it now because I've just noticed we've gone over 2 hours again. What am I like? Fat Philosopher loves Shane from In the Blues. Shane and I met at GitCon October 2018. Got on really, really well. He's a nice guy. I particularly love Dr. Rick. We spent a long time chatting and jamming on the guitar, and we really enjoyed that. It was cool. I don't know Tom Bukovac, but I'll check him out. Thanks for that, Graham. Excellent. Yeah, Shane was in with me in Robert Baker's live stream early this morning, or late last night, early hours in the US. I think he ran till 3 a.m. and I was just waking up, and I guess that it was sort of middle of the day for Shane. So we all said good morning to each other, or hello to each other today. BV Ninja says Brad is too clickbait, too much drama with the call outs of others for me. Yeah, I do get that, mate. I do get that. The only thing that I find with Brad is he's a straight talker, straight shooter, and he never really comes across as nasty, whereas some of them do come across as nasty from time to time, and that's a shame. Too many great guitar players here. You're right about that, man. Gavin says, CGS, in a future episode, could you do a step-by-step, slowly, how to change strings? Yeah, of course. Happy to do that, my friend. Absolutely. We'll look at how we wind it. And also, I tend to do a quick setup on my guitars every time that I change the strings. So we'll do that. I still haven't changed the strings on the Harley Benton SG. And we've got to do that soon, so we'll definitely crack into that. That would be really cool. Did I see Shane's International Blues Jam? I didn't, no. I think my buddy... actually, I know that Dr. Rick did it. I think Robert did it. I think Mike Bradley did it. I haven't had a chance to watch it yet, mate. I'm afraid. Oh, yes, that was the guy that Michael had on. I expect Michael's probably gone to be with his family now. I don't suppose he's still in the chat. But, yeah, I think that was really, really late at night for us over here in the UK, so I missed it. But I'll go and watch that. Tom's first live appearance on the interweb. Right, guys, I'm just looking at the chat and looking at the time. We've done 2 hours 10 tonight. I think we've had a real good time, and I hope it's given everybody a bit of a taste of just what this Line 6 Pocket Pod sounds like. bless you. Bless you. Thank you all. A very, very kind little flurry of comments and applause there. Hurricane Moon saying it's been fun. Sir, thank you for being a wonderful host. Thank you. No, thank you for being wonderful guests. And it's always lovely to see you all. Fat Philosopher saying give us a like. Thank you very much. Why not? Saying great show. Terry Tickler giving me the old woo. Jack the Rabbit, I love you too, brother. And CGS Tim Pierce also made a guest appearance here. Here's the link to Michael's live. Thank you so much for that. And BV Ninjas, great that I am seeing your comments now, which is really cool. Brian Geiger, is it Giga? Or, sorry if I'm pronouncing that wrong. Fun topics, thanks. Absolutely, I think it's been fun. I thought it was something different and good fun to do. Ian Luckett, thank you very much. Grumpy Mike, as always, thank you very much. Graham Campbell, thank you. Mikey Settelmeyer, thank you, brother. Absolutely. 1:31. I didn't even notice you were in, man. Great to see you. He snuck in. Yeah, I was going to say I hadn't seen any comments previously. Adam D, love you too, brother. Ciao from Italy, Taron Val. Steve Tassu, see you, CGS. Thanks, man. James Mears, you can have one of those as well, brother. Thank you. You've been lurking. We don't mind lurkers. We love you all to be here. That's the main thing. Marsman, thank you, brother. And Mr. Meadowfield, thank you. Kevin Pumala, bless you, sir. Love chatting to you all. And no Cads tonight. I haven't heard from Cads for a little while. I must speak to him and just check in with him, because I did say to him anytime he needed me to shout, and he's going through some pretty nasty stuff at the moment. So I will be checking in on him, especially as he's not here tonight. I was expecting to see him to find out how he is, but I'm going to message him as I come off and just see. So yeah, I hope he's okay. I'll let you know, that's for sure. So guys, what a lovely evening. As always, really enjoy. I don't have Discord, I'm afraid, Hurricane Moon. I think I used Discord to do the interview that I did for Guitar Buzz, or Fret Buzz, which is Lewis and SBC and Sempiternal Guitars have put a podcast together, and I think I used it for that, but I don't think that means I've got an account. Ben, thank you, my friend, and I'm absolutely certain Ben has got a live show coming up in about an hour. Yeah, so go and check that out, and thank you. Yeah, it's been a great evening, and as always, an absolute pleasure and joy to hang out with you guys, and thanks so much for your support. Thanks to everybody who was really kind and threw a couple of tips in the super chat tip jar, and thank you for everybody that's put thumbs up on the video. I'm going to get out of here now, guys, and thank you all once more. Take good care.